An 18-year-old sold videos on OnlyFans of her having sex with her 17-year-old boyfriend.
The website announced that it would no longer allow sexually explicit content on its platform.
Number 30 was making like £30,000 a month or something. And I know probably like 50 to 100 people on OnlyFans who are making more than that.
At the moment, it's like £1 million a month.
Yeah, I earn in excess of £20,000 a month.
Celebrating the fact that Mia had made $1 million US.
In 2016, Tim Stokely founded OnlyFans with a £10,000 loan from his dad, who promptly said to his son, "Tim, let this be the last one." This was a reference to Tim's previous entrepreneurship endeavors that had failed terribly. All of them had the perfect ingredients for the OnlyFans recipe, but yet still failed. But this one was going to be different, and Tim knew it. Tim had come up with the idea of OnlyFans when he realized that adult entertainers were selling under-the-table services and promoting it on other platforms like Instagram. He didn't have to carry out a lot of research to figure that many adult stars were trying to break away from the adult industry in order to control their own narrative. With social media platforms cracking down on nudity content, Tim realized the need to create a platform where adult entertainers could conveniently and securely monetize their content. That single idea would birth a revolution like no other in the adult entertainment industry.
I don't want to talk about the pictures I post because I know they're not appropriate for kids, but it's easy money.
OnlyFans allows creators to earn money by giving users access to self-produced erotic content on a subscription basis. At a minimum subscription price of $4.99 and a maximum subscription price of $49.99, creators earn 80% of the total payout, with OnlyFans taking a 20% cut from those fees. Despite Tim creating OnlyFans in 2016, it wasn't until 2020, when COVID-19 forced everyone into their homes, that the platform really began to take off. You see, as most fitness activities, classrooms, gyms, workspaces, and relationships moved online during the pandemic, so did our sex lives. As a result, many people began to flock to OnlyFans as a means to satisfy their sexual lust and desire. According to research, OnlyFans had 26 million registered users, 350,000 of whom were content creators as of March 2020. By August 2020, the platform had 50 million registered users, 750,000 of whom were content creators. Creators like former Disney star Bella Thorne and Blac Chyna have realized that to be successful on the platform, you don't only have to sell explicit content, but you also have to give an impression of an authentic personality while offering an illusion of intimacy. Most creators have learned to do things like message users privately and remember details that they hold dear, such as their children's birthdays or their names. But after hours of extensive research, it became clear that this was only a tip of the iceberg. One of the reasons for the success of the OnlyFans platform can be attributed to the limbic theory. You see, our brains have, over time, sought out stimuli to which we are attracted, and many companies have become intuitive to those instincts and learned how best to capture them. Gambling, drinking, opioids, junk foods, and video games are just a few examples of things that tap into our primitive instinct for desire, pleasure, and excitement. However, what many people fail to realize is that the consequence is usually steep as they drain the user of happiness, health, and most importantly, money. And that includes OnlyFans. The adult industry especially has become the ultimate form of limbic capitalism, as it not only feeds on our desire for sex, but it also feeds on our desire for longing and companionship. While we might be the most sexually liberated generation in recent years, research has shown that more young men are virgins than ever before. However, the rabbit hole goes deeper. That's because a significant portion of men have concluded that the best way to experience connection, intimacy, or affection with anyone is via a webcam by also paying for it. Think about it. Going on OnlyFans and paying to see a woman undress or give you attention doesn't challenge a man nor require him any elementary effort. The fact that through the platform you gain a simulated affection or some simulated intimacy tricks your brain into thinking that someone cares about you romantically or values your existence. As a man, have you for once asked yourself why women get into the adult industry, work at strip clubs, or open an OnlyFans account? Do you really think that they do it to please you or because they might be interested in you? If you never have, maybe now is the time to start thinking about it. Many people might disagree, but the truth is, 90% of women who do these things are only in it because of the money and the fact that they've got bills to pay just like everyone else. Many men forget about this and fail to realize that they're just another dollar bill for her. So they keep pouring more and more money in hopes that perhaps one day she'll come around and share something intimate, which in most cases is nothing but sex. To understand what we mean by this, let's take a look at this Hollywood scandal. In 2020, a 59-year-old millionaire named Stephen J. Klubeck met OnlyFans model Stephanie Gazanski at a hotel. The model introduced herself to him as a model without telling him how or where she earned her money. Shortly after meeting, the two began seeing each other and reportedly even got locked together during quarantine. During their 5 months affair, in which Stephen probably even found out Stephanie had an OnlyFans account, he reportedly spent around $1.3 million on her, buying her designer clothes, bags, a luxurious apartment in Beverly Hills, and even going as far as throwing her a lavish birthday party for her and her friends. Stephen was so infatuated with her that he proposed to her twice, asking her to give up her OnlyFans account to marry him, but Stephanie turned him down. For her, this was just a fling and she had only gotten involved with him solely for the money. Stephen wasn't the first millionaire she was hooking up with, and she wasn't planning on making him the last. When Stephen realized that she wasn't going to give up her OnlyFans account or even marry him, he got so upset that he sued her for fraud and trespassing. Stephen claims he wants the world to know that she's a con artist, but while there might be a little truth in that, the real truth is Stephen, like most egoistic men, just couldn't handle the heat of being turned down. Although Stephen and Stephanie's relationship involved physical intimacy, which is nearly impossible with OnlyFans, their relationship is not so different from people creators and customers on OnlyFans. Yes, you can call Stephanie and the others like her on OnlyFans cheap, but let's be honest with ourselves. If as a man you found out there was an easier way for you to make money just because you're a man, wouldn't you do it? Most people would, and that's the case with these women. Also, many women in the adult entertainment industry or OnlyFans have one of the following problems: daddy issues, lack of self-confidence, abandonment, mental health issues, broke, abuse, unemployed, and depression. So how did a simple subscription-based app turn into a billion-dollar industry? You see, men watch adult videos, but the thing they desire the most is the women in the adult industry, and that's something OnlyFans offers them. With OnlyFans, a man in his 30s that's been wanting to have a conversation with someone like Mia Khalifa won't just be able to talk to her on OnlyFans, but he'll be able to ask her to do specific things for him. That's why OnlyFans was so effective during the pandemic and is currently so successful. And with many celebrities and internet sensations moving to the platform, these men will happily spend their entire savings to see their favorite crush and celebrities without clothes, and even more importantly, hold conversations with them. However, as we go deeper, things get darker. The problem with men that go on OnlyFans, whether in search of intimacy or just to see the undies of their celebrity crush, is that many of them begin to live a life of fantasy and become too lazy to do the work to court women. Many men who pay for the platform also end up falling in love with these women like Stephen did, and for some reason don't understand that there are hundreds of men or thousands of men who fall for them too. And when these men don't get the intimacy they want from their girl, they become resentful and start stalking them on social media or going as far as finding their address. Many women have reported being harassed by male fans for disturbing sexual acts and a drop in their clientele if they refuse to give in. Back in 2022, a 21-year-old woman in Australia who posted explicit content on OnlyFans was followed and harassed by a man who went on to leak her personal information online. Another woman also shared a similar experience of being sexually harassed by a subscriber after she rejected his pleas to meet up in real life. According to her, he ended up tracking down my real name and mobile number and put a fake advert on an adult site. The young woman was soon deluged with dozens of calls and messages from men before she was forced to change her number. Furthermore, there have been reports showing a correlation between the divorce rate and internet adult content. According to a recent survey, 60% of the 350 questioned divorce attorneys reported that internet adult content, which includes OnlyFans, was a significant factor in divorces. Excessive adult content consumption, despite the platform, can lead to an addiction. This in turn can lead to sexual dysfunction, which can be translated virtually to real life and create an illusion of what sex is and isn't. For married men who aren't financially buoyant enough, they tend to start spending the money meant for the upkeep of their homes and children to subscribe for explicit content on OnlyFans. And when their wives or partner finds out, they feel jealous, betrayed, and in the worst cases, it could lead to depression on the part of the wife. Most families or relationships never make it out of this, thus leading to a breakup or divorce. It is not by coincidence that there has been a surge in the users and consumers of the OnlyFans platform. If anything, it's a reflection of society's moral compass. OnlyFans is not the first or last avenue through which sex has been made to look alluring and profitable, and it won't certainly be the last. As it is in economics, the supply remains as long as there are demands for it. Men are immersed in the prospect of the girlfriend experience with a woman via a webcam, and women are simply selling this illusion of intimacy for a few bucks. Only one question remains: is the platform going to stand the test of time, or are men going to, as with other things, get bored of the platform and move on to other irascible avenues of limbic pleas?